The abundance portal is now open, my friend. Raise your vibrations and come on in. Hello and welcome. You are listening to or watching the Manifest on Purpose show. I am your host, Kimbaley, and the purpose of this show is to help you elevate your mind to a higher state of consciousness. And today we're going to elevate you to the abundance mindset. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for all of those you shared this with, and thank you for subscribing here and on the website. Thank you for liking the video. And you know how I feel and why I do what I do is because the God in me loves the God in you. We're going to get into this abundance portal, but first we're going to hear our astro numerology forecast for today, and that is brought to you by astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn and the Star 8 mobile numerology app. It is Thursday, December the 12th. That's amazing because Thursday is a 3-day ruled by Jupiter, and the 12th is 3 ruled by Jupiter. So we can double down on the abundance energy today. The sun is in Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter. So this is an excellent day for abundance. And the moon is in Taurus. That's another good indicator. It's an 11 universal month, a 4 universal week, and a 5 universal day. Today is about breaking the mold with no intention of putting it back together again. That's because the energy of the day is about making meaning and significant changes in your life and affairs that can be a game changer as you move forward in the future. This way, this is an important day to vary things up versus doing the same old. To embrace the change will be like a breath of fresh air. And who doesn't desire that from time to time? Gemini, Virgo, Aquarius, and those born on the 5th, 14th, 23rd of any month should make this their most important theme of today. So it means be different. This is the day for it. Once again, that is the astronumerology forecast for today, brought to you by astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn and the Star 8 mobile numerology app. You can find that app on Google Play, the App Store, or Star 8. ASTAR, the number 8.com. You can also go to linktree / numbers and you. And starting the beginning of the year, Lloyd Strayhorn will be hosting the Power Series. The Power Series is a powerful series of lectures that will take place in 2025. And on January the 21st, 2025, is going to be the very first one. And you're going to learn the power of your numerical cycles. Lord is going to teach you about the numerical cycles as well as your own numerical cycles. We are heading into 2025. If you don't have a clear path yet, if you have not set your clear goals yet, and even if you have, make sure you use your astronumerology forecast for the year to get personal, detailed information about yourself, such as your lucky days, your opposition days, the months that you should expect to go well for you, as well as the months you should be cautious in. You can get that report at Kimbaley.com. That's Kimbaley.com. You can also get your personal report. You can get your compatibility report as well as your business report. And if you want to go a little bit deeper into who you are, you can also book an astronumerology consultation, and that's going to be on that same website at Kimbaley.com. That's Kimbaley.com. We're going to jump into this Abundance Thursday. First of all, let me tell you about what the Abundance Portal is all about. This is a space for you and I. In this space, we cultivate the energy of abundance. So when you enter this space, I want you to feel abundant. And if you're not feeling abundant right away, by the time we're done, I want you to have raised your vibrations to a state of happiness and peace and, yes, abundance. And every Thursday, except I missed last Thursday, so I guess I got to make it up to you today for that. But every Thursday, I have the abundance portal so that we can focus on abundance for the week. Because I want you to be able to feel the energy of abundance, I ask that you bring something into this session that makes you feel abundance. And I usually bring something every week, and this week is no exception. So I have to show you, had to bring out my big boys today. First of all, this is the envelope that I got from my friend. And I got this envelope just to hold some of my cash. And so these are gold foil bills. I'll hold these up close so that you can see them. And yeah. And this one is the Leo one. I always keep that one on top. I think that one's kind of neat, but I actually like this one, the regular ones, best. And I also have a little paper cash in there. I would like to show you how I use these. So you will have to come to the Vision Board Mastery, the workshop, because I will be teaching how I use these gold dollars or any of these dollars, the paper dollars too, and how they have manifested for me. And you'd be surprised, but that is one of the techniques that I will be teaching at the Vision Board Mastery. So you have to be at the Vision Board Mastery to see exactly what I do with this money and how it attracts for me. Also, I don't know if you can see it. It's my ladybug. Ladybugs are known to bring fertility, prosperity, wealth, and also protection, just to name a few things. And I also have a very significant affinity with ladybugs. So I always like to have ladybugs somewhere near or around me. How about you? Do you like ladybugs, and do you keep ladybugs around you too? Maybe you should start. But those are my abundance things. So I'm going to tell you how this is going to go. I'm going to do an abundance reading. I'm going to use the deck Money and the Law of Attraction by Esther and Jerry Hicks. And I want you to keep in mind that abundance is not just about money. Abundance is the plentifulness of the good things of life, and it's prosperity. So, any category, it can be, you can have an abundance of any category that could be love, health, and it can be prosperity. I start with the universal reading for the collective. And then at the end today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out a very special deck, Notes from the Universe on Abundance. And this is by Mike Dooley. That's where I think I'm going to pick my affirmation from today. But I have to think about it first to see if I'm going to use that. So we'll see how it goes. I have my trusty, dusty Trust Your Vibes deck by Sonia Chaquette, and I'll be using that for the advice card. So we're going to get started. And just to let you know, or to remind you, I will also do the birthday numbers and the zodiac sign. So we're going to start with the general reading. I try not to make these too long, but it just seems like sometimes it goes a little longer than expected. But hey, if it does, it means that there's something someone needs to hear. Also, let me know in the chat if there is something that resonates with you, if there's something that proved to be true in your reading. Confirmation is always good. Okay. Wow. And this is the number 3 card. This card says, whatever I desire, I can acquire. You know, sometimes people make it seem like there's a limitation between how much you can really have. And physically, maybe there is a limitation, and it's based upon the mindset of what you're thinking. It's based upon your mindset. Sometimes we listen to people or we watch other people's experience and we think that we have to cap ourselves at where they are. And it's not true. You can have whatever it is that you desire, but what has to happen is you have to be the one to believe in this. And this is the number 3 card. So this talks about expansion. Oh, the energy that I'm feeling is that your dream is too small. Let me tell you something about a dream. A little dream costs the same amount as a big dream, and vice versa. So, if you're not going to pay no more for a big dream, which is free, than you are for a little dream, which is also free, why not dream as big as you want to? This right here is saying, number 3, that your vision is not big enough. You need to expand your vision, and you need to be optimistic at this time that whatever you desire, you can acquire. And that's going to be the read for the week. And I'm just going to leave it at that, because that right there is a powerful message. And I'm going to get the advice on that, because so many people are thinking small. It's time to think big. You know, sometimes people used to think that I was crazy because there were big things. There's always big things that I dream about. And a lot of people, when I give my vision to people, a lot of times it's hard for me to start at the small vision. I'm always thinking of the big vision ahead first. You know, and once you get that big vision there, you can use the small visions as steps to get to that big vision. What's the difference? If you dream big and it doesn't materialize right away, who knows except for you? Who knows? So go ahead and dream big. Stop playing small. Stop being modest. See, a lot of people were taught that if um a lot of people was taught that, and the grateful card comes up here. And this is the 7 card. It's saying be grateful for it. Be grateful for it for no matter what comes in. But at the same time, a lot of people are trained to believe that to have a whole lie means that there's something wrong with the person, or they think that people look down on that sometimes, and people let that get to them. No, who does it benefit you if you don't have enough? Yes, we're here to be abundant. And that's what I want you to practice on for this week. And it's so interesting. This, I'm going to make this a significant card because, like I said, it's the number 3. We already heard that the sun is in Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter. It's actually the 12th of the month, which is a 3 ruled by Jupiter, and it's actually a Thursday, which is ruled by Jupiter. So this number 3 card is a significant card. This is saying that your dream is too small. You need to start dreaming big. Yep. So I'm going to move on to the birthday numbers. Get some order around here. Sorry. Okay, so if you're born on the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, or the 28th of the month, or if you come under the signs of Leo and Aquarius, you have a number 1 birthday. Okay. 57. That's another 3 card. This is a significant card too because this is a number 3 card. It's amazing how everything is coming up 3 today. Maybe this is a sign for somebody, but it's saying I can create both money and the time to enjoy it. And this is something, number 1, that I really, really needed to think of. I really needed to hear this today, number 1. But we have to make time for us. You don't want all of this abundance in your life that you cannot enjoy it. So, as I said, every message that comes through, it comes through to me. But this card is letting us know that we have to have fun too. That's how our abundance comes through us. That's how abundance comes to us, through us just being happy and having fun. So you need to realize that we're not working hard for money, and our time should show and prove that. You, number 1s, need to be taking out time for you. Number 1 should be focused on self first, because when you lead a group, number 1, self has to be in order and together first. It's not all about work, 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 work. Sometimes you have to take time out to be able to enjoy what you're working for. So, this is the reminder, number 1. And this is telling you that there are times that you need to relax and you need to take a breather for yourself. And let me get the advice card. And whenever I talk about the number 1, I talk about the number 4 because it's an interchangeable number. And the number 4 is all about hard work. So we know that the number 4 lately has been getting a lot of and this right here is significant. Please tell me why I keep getting all these 3 cards today. This card represents downtime, number 1. It's telling you that it's time for you to chill out. It's time for you to take a break. Okay, number 1s, I got a deal for you. It's the holiday season. I say give it one more week and take a nice little vacation for yourself, whether you celebrate the holidays or not. While everybody else is down, you take some downtime too. Number one, you need to rest just like everybody else does. Of course, you feel like the whole world, the weight of the whole world is on your shoulders. However, you need to lighten that load some. That's the main reason why you need to take a break, because you're carrying around all this weight. And this number three card is powerful and significant. And just to tell you a couple of things that the number three represents, so you can understand, you've heard me talk about the planet of Jupiter, expansion, prosperity, optimism. There's so many things that Jupiter represents other than that, but just in regards to this abundance portal, those are the things that we're talking about with Jupiter. They call Jupiter the good luck planet. A lot of people say that this is the time for, whenever Jupiter is here, it's a good time for games of chance, or for promotions, or for money coming in. So that's why I'm like, all of these three cards coming in, and we're aligned with all of these three numbers. So I'm paying attention. So we're going on to the number two, born on the 2nd, the 11th, the 20th, the 29th of the month, or come under the sign of Cancer. And when I talk about the two is interchangeable with the number seven. So that simply means that where you see a two, you see a seven. Where you see a seven, you see a two. So sevens, you can listen to the two reading, and twos, you can listen to the seven, just like ones can listen to the four readings, and fours can listen to the one reading. Okay, number two, what you got to tell me today? What's up for number two today? Okay, this is the 14-5 card, and this is saying life is always working out for me. This right here is being positive. No matter what happens, you have to see the fact that life is always working out for you. And I like to do this, and I'm going to ask that you do this sometimes too. Whenever something may seem like a challenge to you, sometimes you get those tough challenges. I want you to look back over the years and think about some of the other challenges that you had in your life, and bring yourself back to the awareness that you made it through those things, and you're going to make it through this. This right here is saying that I feel like with this five energy, like you're all in your head about something. You're continuously thinking about what's happening in your life, and you feel like things may not be going the way that you want them to, but this is saying that it's all working out. Sometimes you don't even see what might be happening during those challenging times. Those things that happen during the challenging times could be the things that's setting you up for your abundance. That's why you have to go back to being grateful for everything, and just know that you're going to make it through. You've already made it through. You just have to accept the fact that you're through this. And so, what the advice card says is, go back to the basics. And this is the number four card. This is saying it's time for you to do something different. It's time for you to go back to the basics. If you see challenges coming in your life, then apparently there's time for change. And when we don't know what is ahead for us, go back to your basic knowledge. Go back to what you already know. And then you begin to evolve into whatever this challenge is pushing you to evolve into. A lot of times we don't understand what we're going through or why we're going through it. And sometimes we have to go through it just to take us back, to show us those basic steps that may have been missed along the way. So take it back to the basics. You know, if it's confusing you, always go back to the basics. And the basic thing here to know is that you've already made it through this. And this is for the number 3 card, born on the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, or the 30th of the month. Or if you come under the signs of Pisces or Sagittarius. This is the 11 card. And number 3, it says, the better my story gets, the better my life gets. Expand your story. Number 3. It's time for you to start telling a better story about yourself. And as you can see, this person is all up in this book. You need to be all up in your book. And you need to, while you're in your book, consider what you desire, because we know for this week what you desire you will acquire. So you need to be writing the story of the things you desire in your life. And sometimes you need to expand that story. And when I think about expanding that story, the way I'm thinking about expanding it is you need to incorporate your 5 senses. You need to make this story feel real to your subconscious mind. You need to make an impression. So you need to start using things such as the 5 senses, your emotion, to expand these desires that you have. Write these things out on paper, express them. That writing things down is a form of expression, and speak it into existence. I always tell 3 that 3 is the speak it into existence number. So once you write that story, you start reading that story to yourself every day, even if you have to get in the mirror and tell yourself that story. And we're going to go to the overall advice for this number 3. Okay. You got to be flexible. And this is the number 4 card. You got to do things different, number 3. You're going to have to think of new ways of expression. You're going to have to start asking for more than what you've already been asking for. If you know what you desire, you acquire, that means you're going to have to elevate your dream too. You're going to have to elevate these desires so that you can get more out of what you want. And also be flexible. One thing that a lot of people get stuck in is they expect things to come to them in one way, but it's not always going to happen that way. Say, for example, a person may feel like if they plant a seed into somebody else's life and they reap a harvest from that seed, that harvest should come from that person, but that is not always the case. Sometimes you plant a seed in somebody else and you'll receive the harvest further down the line from somebody you didn't even expect it from. So when you give to people, you give from the heart. And yes, whatever you give, you will receive more than what you give. However, it doesn't necessarily mean that you will gain that harvest through that same person. So be flexible in thinking about how it comes to you. And now we're going to move on to the number 4. And they're born on the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, the 31st. All come under Leo or Aquarius. Or should I say Aquarius and Leo? You are a number 4 person. You got the 9 card. Appreciation and gratitude are different vibrational states. This is interesting because I did a show on this not too long ago. So make sure you go back and listen to the previous shows that you haven't heard yet. But appreciation and gratitude are different things. It's easy to be grateful for something, but do you really appreciate it? When you appreciate something, it adds value to it. So this is important. And this right here, because it's a nine card, it's saying get rid of the thought that gratitude is enough. Yes, you're grateful to have the things that you have, but that does not mean that you value those things. What you value, you take care of. And a lot of times, if things are coming to you that you don't value, you just put off. And sometimes it may get broke, or sometimes I don't know why I'm saying broke, maybe because this is a nine energy, or sometimes you may see it in the corner, or you don't really pay attention to it. But it's saying when you appreciate something, appreciation is directly linked to value. Gratitude, you can be grateful for anything. And I'm not saying don't be grateful, but you need a healthy balance. You need to be appreciative and you need to be in gratitude. So, number four, let's see what the advice is for you. Wow. This is the number nine card too. Instant feedback. And to me, what I'm feeling is that you need to stop holding things in, because we talked about this appreciation and gratitude. So, whenever someone does something for you, or whenever you receive a harvest, you need to instantly fall into that state of gratitude and appreciation. You need to use these two together simultaneously, instantly. Don't think back on it and be like, oh, I was really grateful for that, or I really appreciated that. No, now is the time to be appreciative. Now is the time to be in gratitude. And even when you don't have, this is the instant feedback part too. Even when you don't have, you need to instantly be grateful for, and you need to be in appreciation right away, because that draws things to you. So it will draw your desire to you. And remember, whatever you desire, you can acquire, but it's important to be grateful for it. And it's important to add that appreciation to it as well. Now we're going to move on to the number five card. And that is if you're born on the 5th, the 14th, the 23rd of the month, or come under Gemini or Virgo, you are a number five. Okay, number five, 51-6 card. And it says, I can follow the trails of good feeling thoughts. So, what I'm feeling with this energy right here, number five, is you need to check your thoughts, because I'm feeling like there's a lot of things running through your mind. Some of them may be good for you, and some of them may not be good for you. So, what you need to do is you need to be able to distinguish between the two. You can acquire anything that you desire, but you have to be focused on what you desire. So you're going to focus on what you do want instead of what you don't want, number five. And let's see what your advice card says.
16:7. This means you need to call on your joy guides. This right here means that you need to be in a state of joy. This means turn down the television, turn down the radio, turn down your devices, and you need to be in a positive state. You really need to tap into yourself to bring out the joy within you so that you can produce the thoughts that will help you acquire what you desire. That's for you, number 5. And then we're going to move on to the number 6 card. And that is if you're born on the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th of the month, or come under the signs of Libra or Taurus, you are a number 6. Number 6, this is the number 4 card. It's achieving success is my natural birthright. And because this is the number 4 card, which is in opposition to the number 6, it leads me to believe that you have not developed the mindset that you haven't developed the mindset of achieving success is your birthright. You are still stuck in that limited thinking. So, 6, what you really need to do is you need to begin to step outside of the box, because you're not going to get what you want in this type of thinking. This goes back to what I talked about in our very first card, that you can have anything that you desire, but you have to know that you are worthy of receiving. You are worthy of these things coming into your life. And a lot of people block off manifestation because they are not allowing themselves to receive, because they block themselves and they feel like I'm not worthy, even if it's on a subconscious level that you don't really know is happening. You may be feeling like you are not deserving, but you need to know that abundance is your birthright, and it's all of our birthright. And when you get to the point where you can believe in that, then you will be able to acquire whatever you desire. Let's see what your advice card says, number 6. 20. This is the number 20 card. It says you need to clear the path. And when I look at the 20, that's the awakening card. This is telling you to wake up and look at these things that you have been programmed to believe, and clean those things up from out of your mind so that you can elevate to a higher state of consciousness, to a higher mindset, to an abundance mindset. And you're going to do that by clearing up all of this stuff that you have heard and learned over the years about abundance, number 6. And we're going to move on to the number 7, born on the 7th, the 16th, the 25th, or under the signs of Cancer. That makes you a number 7 birthday. Number 7, this is the 17 card. The 1 and 7 is 8. It says the law of attraction adds power to both problems and solution. Number 7, what I'm feeling like here is number 7 has a tendency to worry. So it's telling you that when you do worry, you need to understand whether it's something you don't want or not. whether it's something that you want or not, you are still placing focus on it. So that means if you're worried about something that you don't want to happen, guess what's going to happen? It's going to happen, number 7, because it's your focus on it. Even if you say, I don't want, the subconscious mind doesn't recognize negatives. So, as long as you say, I don't want to be this way, you still place your focus on being that way. So, what you need to do is start putting your focus on believing that you can achieve or acquire anything that you desire, number 7. When we worry about things, those things tend to come out just the way that we worry about them sometimes. And why is it? Because it is manifestation. Don't forget, the law of attraction is a universal law. So that means this law is activated whether we know it or not, whether we believe in it or not. It's going to happen. It's the same thing as gravity. What goes up must come down. It's just like you can't throw a ball in the air and say, I don't want that ball to come back down, and the ball just stays suspended in midair. We know that doesn't happen. Whether you want it to or not, you threw that ball up, so that ball is going to come back down. Just know that whether you want it or don't want it, if you're focused on it, it has the potential to manifest as physical reality in your life. What this card is saying to you, number 7, you can acquire what you desire or what you don't desire. It's just as easy. And we're going to find out what the advice card is for the number 7. It's the number 44-8. The number 44-8. And these number 8 cards keep continuing to come up for you, number 7. The first one was the 17-8. And this right here, which is a very fortunate number, and the 44-8 is a very fortunate number. And what I'm hearing from this 8 is you need to be steadfast in your positive thinking. This is what this is saying. And this card says, listen to your heart. Your heart's going to tell you the truth. Whatever it is that you desire is going to start in the heart first. So listen to what your heart is telling you to do and follow your heart, number 8. Follow your heart to your desire. And we're going to do number 7. Follow your heart to your desire. Now we're going to get to the number 8, which is born on the 8th, the 17th, the 26th of the month, or come under the sign of Capricorn. That makes you a number 8 person. You're trying to be greedy, number 8. There is no shortage of time or money, number 8. This is the 9 card. Cut it out. Stop telling yourself that. And I feel like this energy came up for you at an earlier time too. It's letting you know that there is no shortage of money or time. Whatever you desire, you can acquire, number 8. There's no shortages. Stop believing that. This is the old mindset of thinking. This is the old ways of thinking. Things have evolved since this type of thinking. Things have evolved over time, and you too must evolve as well. You must know that no matter what, there's not going to be a shortage. You're always going to have, number 8. And that includes your money and your time. And I'm also hearing, I don't know why, but stop trading your time for money. That's what I'm hearing. It's time for you to start doing something else. Stop trading your time for money. You know what? Trading time for money is kind of like when you say, I'll give you a service for a certain amount of time and I'll get paid for that service. But number 8 is saying that you put a cap on what comes in or what you attract when you trade your time for money. So now it's time for you to be innovative and creative and think of new things that you can do, especially in regards to business. And if you're not a business owner yet, this could be saying it's time for you to shift from your career. If you are currently in a career, maybe time for you to shift from your career into doing your own thing. Because if you are in a career and you are getting paid hourly, then you are trading your time for money. So it may be time for you to jump into your own thing. And number 8, you're that business number anyway. And this is the 26-8 card. And stay in your own skin. This energy is telling me that you're seeing everybody else and watching how everybody else is moving, and you're thinking that you're supposed to move the same way that they move. No, this is saying mind your business and let them do things the way that they want to, and you do things in a way that's unique to you. You can't base what you're doing on what somebody else is doing, because what may work for them may not work for you, and vice versa. And then you don't know what they have to go through to get to the point where they are. So you can't base what you do on someone else. You have to focus on you. You have to stay grounded. Number 8. And we're going to move on to number 9, born on the 9th, the 18th, or the 27th of the month. 21. There's another 3 card. So we had to finish up the deck with a number 3, huh? And it says, what if everything was always working out for me? Number 9, what this is saying is you need to expand the way you look at things too. What this is saying is, instead of looking at things saying, why me? Why me? You need to be saying, what if everything is working out for me? I remember I used to have a habit of saying, why me? And I had a friend that would always respond with, why not you? So what this is saying is, everything is already working out for you. You already know from the beginning of the reading that what you desire, you will acquire. You just have to expand your thought and expand your perception. This is about being able to dream bigger. That goes back to the very beginning. Being able to dream bigger, number 9. Seeing things from a different way. Instead of worrying about what is not happening, start thinking about what if everything was happening. And number 9, this is the 22 card. Meditate, raise your vibration. Meditate. It's time for you to build up, build yourself up. That's the energy that I'm feeling. You need to build yourself up to that point where you can begin to see the positivity in everything that's happening in your life, no matter how chaotic it may seem, no matter how it makes you feel. You need to be able to raise up, tap into yourself and be able to see things from another level, see things from another perspective. Don't always think the worst in things. It's time for you to start thinking the best in things. And when you do that, what you're doing is really building yourself up. First, be foundational. What do you believe about yourself? Number 9, confidence. Be confident. It's in your nature. So if you're a number 9 and you're not feeling confident, you know that there is some self-work that needs to happen. And if you're thinking about what if something bad can happen, that means that you're not as confident as you should be. So this is a time for you to build up yourself. So that's the energy for the week. And most of this energy is talking about it's time for you to expand your vision. It's time for you to think on a bigger level. A lot of people are stuck in the lower levels because that's where they think. If you want to know what your mindset is, look at the reality that you're in, and the reality that you're in will reflect to you where you are as far as your mindset. And so now we're going to get into something I'm really excited about trying this out. This is going to be the Notes from the Universe card by Mike Dooley. And I'm going to pick one of these cards because these cards can be a bit long to read, some of them. And once again, I'll show you the deck again. Notes from the Universe, Mike Dooley. And this one is the Abundance. Okay. Oh, I like how this deck looks. It has like, I don't know if you can see it, the silver. Cool. Okay, universe, what message do you have for the collective? This is what the card looks like, and this is the front of the card. It says, while it's often thought that happiness may spring from having some serious bucks, it actually works best the other way around. Your celestial financial planner, the universe. While it's often thought that happiness may spring from having some serious big bucks, it actually works best the other way around. And the energy that I'm feeling from this card is a lot of people would say, I would be happy if I only had XYZ. And it never happens that way. You have to be happy to have XYZ. So the happiness starts within you first. So if you feel like you're not aligning with manifestation the way that you ought to, look at your happiness meter. Look at your joy meter. Are you in appreciation and gratitude in any state that you're in? That's really what's most important. Money is not what makes us happy. Abundance is not what makes us happy. It's our happiness that brings about the abundance. I love you to life. This is how you manifest on purpose.